Good morning, everyone. This is Thomas Donahue from the Driver's Apex. I got my hair slicked back. I'll kind of ruffle it up a little bit and then let it air dry because slick back's not for me. If I had the forehead and the face structure, maybe slick back would work, but I don't. So today, we're going to talk about maintaining this E46 M3. So you bought an E46 M3, you got it for a good price. Go you, go me, right? Because I did get one at a pretty decent price. Now you got to maintain it. Maintaining an E46 M3, even if you're doing it yourself, is no joke. I'm gonna go to the tire shop today. We're gonna order 2 new rear tires. I looked those up yesterday and almost fell over. So we're gonna go to the tire shop, flip the camera around. I'll show you what the final price is. And then, I'm not trying to get you to not buy an E46 M3 or Porsche 911 or anything with a staggered setup and a big rear tire. I'm running 275s in the rear. But it's a wake-up call. I've also got to work on the thermostat, the whole cooling system. I'll talk to you about what that costs. If you're doing BMW parts, and I probably would do BMW parts, on an E46 M3 to make sure that everything works properly. Sometimes I've cut corners and used like OE parts on the E30. They tend to be remanufactured, water pumps, stuff like that. And it kind of bites you in the rear sometimes. So I'm gonna flip the camera around. We're gonna hop in the CRV. We're gonna throw one of the tires in the back. We're gonna go to discount, order the tires, because I know it'll take 2 to 5 business days. And then we're gonna give them the credit card. All right, guys, let's get going. All right, so let's get this. Oh my God, big old tire. This thing's really weird. I think I showed you in the other video, the inside is higher than the outside, and I know I didn't have positive camber. So that's really weird. But yeah, these are on the wear indicators. These are not, but I think this is causing my vibration. And the tires are 6 years old. So let's go ahead and get it in the CRV, which is my trusty go-to car. And while tires are expensive in that, they aren't expensive like this. And they last a lot longer. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, let's go to the tire shop.
Style is the answer to everything. A fresh way to approach a dull or dangerous thing. To do a dangerous thing with style is what I call art.
All right, yep, see, hair's not slicked back anymore, so we are at Discount Tire. So I'm gonna talk to my guys. Stacy's the manager at this one. I really like him. I've been working with him for the last 7 years. Discounts would be cool, that's for sure. But it's all good. They have good customer service. It's probably gonna take 2 to 5 days to get the tire. So I'm gonna hop in, I'll throw down that card, and then I'll show you guys what that receipt looks like. All right, I'm back. That hurt really, really bad. Let's flip this around. Let's see if you guys can see that. 1,076, basically $1,077 for 2 tires for an E46 M3. Yep, 1076. I'll flip it around real quick. Look at that, $1,076.93 for 2 tires. So yeah, you can afford an M3. You pay for it, but maintaining it's a whole different world. $1,100 for 2 tires. This car, in its entire life, has been cheaper to maintain than that 2 tire purchase. That's crazy. All right, so I'm gonna run to Aesthetic Auto Spa. So my friend Juan there, he got me some car supplies. I already paid him, I think, so I just need to pick up the supplies. But yeah, if you're in Tucson, here in Southern Arizona, and you need your car detailed, this dude is what's up. He definitely is Southern Arizona's like premier detailer. Learned a lot from him. He's a lot of fun to talk to and just kind of learn tips and tricks. He's got me addicted to CarPro products, so I'm gonna go pick up a gallon of CarPro wash. I think that is Reset. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then I'm gonna get some retire. It's a pretty strong like tire cleaner. And then something else. I don't remember what I ordered. But wet paint, do not press. So that's where I'm headed. So let's go to Aesthetic Auto Spa. I think sometime I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna teach one of my friends who's a neighbor, like how to left foot brake and really how to use the weight of a car to kind of push it in turns, out of turns. I think left foot braking is really important, especially if you're pushing the car really hard like we did in the Devil's Highway. But I think that's something that we need to teach people how to do, is how to left foot brake and kind of trail brake. I think that's really, really important. Let's see what this thing can do. All right, that's full power, and that's with the air conditioning on. So we'll back it off there because it is 45-mile-an-hour speed limit. It's not like I'm trying to bang into a truck or something. All right, so next time you see me, we'll be at Aesthetic Auto Spa picking up some car supplies. Then we're gonna head to Whole Foods because we're gonna make some pad thai because I don't really eat a ton of meat, and when I do, good God. So let's go get some pad thai materials, and then we'll go home, and then I'll work on the car some more. There's the van. Yep, that's his M5. I can't wait for him to start making some progress on that bad boy. So it sounds like it's running because it was inside. Such a cool car. I know Juan's gonna start his channel here soon and start documenting all this kind of stuff. So I'll let you guys know when that happens, and you guys gotta give him a follow because he's really, really good at what he does. All right, so I just picked up my car supplies from Juan. Juan's super dope. We're gonna put him on camera in a second. This is whole rig here, man. Look at this. So this van we see everywhere. It's got the vacuum, it's got his drawers. I love this. Yeah, check that out. Like super, super awesome vehicle. If you're in Tucson, you see this van rolling around, this is your man. So check him out. There's his info. If you haven't given him a follow, give him a follow, guys. All right, so once you're up in the shop, you gotta get cold starts and. I'm gonna throw some power. I don't see any exhaust pipes. Oh yeah. Woo! That is awesome. That's brutal. Yeah, it's part of being a YouTuber. Your ears just get screwed. Yo, that's nuts, man. I just got a shower, too. Wow. It's a little crazy. 997.1. That's not an Audi S4. It's beautiful. All right, on the way back home, so that was fun. So that blue Audi S4, that's one of the employees' car. That was not a customer's car. Juan would never do that to someone's car. That was super loud. They told me that I might have to close my ears, but that's hard to do when you're holding a camera. So life of a YouTuber is basically explosions in your eardrums. It was actually so loud and so violent I had to take a step back, which you guys probably saw already in the video. So one night we're gonna talk real quick on camera, but he had one of his customers there and customers first. But we definitely are gonna collab more. So he's got a small channel, I have a small channel, but we wanna start working together. I'll put a screenshot and a link in this video with his channel information, but the dude does great work. He's super friendly, loves cars. So I'm gonna head back, and then we're gonna do a little tour of the M3 and show you some of my updates. Because my buddy in his Z8, it's always a good day when you get to see a Z8 out in the wilds. Look at that thing. Woo! Oh my gosh. Such a cool car. All right, so we're back to the driver's Apex headquarters. It was really cool. I met one of my friends up at Fry's in his Z8, so that's where you guys see the Z8 from. So it's always a cool experience when you can see a Z8. So that car, if you haven't done it before, I actually drove that car, and it is in this channel, so check it out. Let's talk about the M3. So let me flip the camera around and we'll talk. All right, so this last drive to the Devil's Highway, this was just caked in dirt everywhere. I'm gonna use an air compressor and a brush, and we're gonna clean all this stuff up. That's just the way I am. I like to keep everything super clean and tidy. All this crap here, for me, when I pop the bonnet, oh, there's a bug right there. I like to keep it clean. I just like everything super clean. The bumper will get taken care of. We'll get new lens covers. What else? This will go out with the bumper as well. This here, I'm not going to worry about anytime soon in terms of getting painted, but it will get painted. I guess it'll get feathered into here, and as well as the bumper or the bonnet. But yeah, that is definitely on the list, but I can't do it because I just bought tires, so $1,100. These I bought not too long ago. Those were in that $800-900 range. I imagine with inflation, they're $1,000 as well. So for this car, if you bought an E46 M3, with today's market, you had to put tires on the car and you put Michelin's on it, you're gonna spend $2,000. This thing needs a thermostat soon. Thermostat is right down in there. If you're gonna do the thermostat, you're probably gonna do the water pump, all that other stuff. You're probably gonna put a new clutch fan, all that stuff, radiator, the overflow tank, all that. If you're putting BMW parts, calculate a good $1,500. If you're doing it yourself, zero labor. If you're not, I would probably say at least another $1,000 in labor. If you're doing that, you're probably gonna do a valve adjustment as well. Valve adjustment's like 8 hours of labor. So that's a lot, parts. So you're looking at another $1,500-1,600. Then you're probably just gonna put plugs in it and then coil packs. So you're probably a solid $2,000. So if you're just refreshing here, you're probably close to $4,000. Tires, another $2,000. So you're $6,000 into it. And that's just basic maintenance. That doesn't even include vanos. That doesn't include rod bearings. That doesn't include the rear subframe. So those each are probably $2,000 to $3,000 or so. So that's another $6,000. So you can be $12,000 into this car very, very quickly. So keep that in mind when you're buying something like this. And if you know how to work on it yourself. If you don't, start learning how to work on it. Needs brakes. The rears are okay. The fronts, I'm gonna upgrade to the CSLs. You do need a bracket and adapter to mount those. So if you're using BMW, that's another $1,000 in brackets, plus rotors are like $500 and change for a pair. Brake pads, a couple hundred. Gets real expensive. That right there, that equals money. This car is not the end of the world. Well, once I get these 15s back, I still don't know what's up. I thought I would have had them back by now. But that tire costs more or equal to all of my 15s. These are like $60 a piece. These are actually a lot of fun to drive on because there's no traction. But maintaining an E30 versus maintaining an E46 M3, big price difference. This is really expensive. We're gonna keep the SMG. I like the SMG. The SMG on the Devil's Highway performed beautifully. I actually think that was the preferred transmission for that drive instead of a manual transmission because I didn't have to think about heel towing, picking the gear, all that. It was just a quick hit with the paddle. I think the SMG was the winner. So SMG, DCT, PDK, stuff like that. On a run like that, I think that was the best thing to do. I think we're gonna do that drive again. If we do that drive again, we're gonna go in the E30. I'm not taking the E46 M3. It's just so expensive to do a drive like that. That was 800 miles. Spent a lot of money in fuel, of course. It needs an oil change. It's hard on the tires. It's hard on everything. So, E46 M3, I think any M3 is a lot of money to maintain. So keep that in mind. I'm learning this. I knew it would cost a lot of money. Honda CR-V. I was telling the guy at Discount Tire, it's already hot. Look at that sweat. I've spent more in 1 month on an E46 M3 than I have on my Honda CR-V since December of 2006. So, 16 years. That's nuts. Hondas are awesome. Love my Honda CR-V. It is fantastic. And it's actually a lot of fun to drive. We'll have to do a driving video in the CR-V. You guys will, once you guys see, it's actually a lot of fun. The M3, you're going to jail if you're pushing it. The E30, it's a lot of fun. I got that squirrely the other day. We'll take it out before we get the new wheels. Let me show you what's going on with the coilovers, guys. All right, so I've been talking with ISC. I think I can't do it right now because I just spent $1 bazillion on tires, which, ouch, but I guess that's just the way it is. These springs, let's back it out a little bit. These are 130 mils. It's 130. It's an 8K spring. I'll have to see what these are. These are probably 6Ks, I guess. I think going to 150 mil spring, still 8K, but they're softer spring. I don't know if it's still 8K, but it's a little bit softer. And the reason why I want to go to a little bit longer spring is you can kind of see there with this perch here. I'm not threaded all the way out, but it would be nice to have all the threads equal to the threads in the perch itself, because that's pretty far out adjusted. They were saying maybe go to 180 and then thread back in, which I guess I could do. But right now I'm stuck. So what I'm probably gonna do is just adjust this 2 threads, put it back in. I do need to buy like some more pieces here, readjust these so that they're proper, that they're equal, all that good stuff. And then eventually I'll get new boots and stuff like that. It's cheaper to put springs on this, get it adjusted the proper way than it is to right now buy an entirely new suspension. That doesn't make any sense right now. Not when I've got a bunch of maintenance and stuff to do on the car. So what I'll do is we'll close out the video here. But what we're gonna do is in the next video is I'm gonna spend some time here on coilovers, adjusting with a digital caliper, doing everything perfectly, because that's the way I like to do it, to the nearest 1/10 or whatever of a millimeter. I want everything balanced as much as possible. And then I'll go back to see Ryan Bishop. I just couldn't send the car in for an alignment that was pulling to the right when I thought that it could be the suspension. So I'm not trying to damage relationships with good shops. I wanted to spend some time getting this redone, knowing that when it goes back to the alignment shop, that everything is done correctly on this car. Then we can get it realigned. And then I might actually ask for the alignment to be a little bit more aggressive. So that's what we're gonna do in the next video. I've got a bunch of other videos to process. Those videos are driving videos. There was one to Mount Lemon. It was slow going up, but coming back I think was a lot more fun. And then of course I was riding with the wife, and then my friend with the Z8, he was coming back. So there's some fun back and forth kind of videos there. So I think we've got enough to salvage that experience and make it, I think, entertaining as much as possible. And then, oh yeah, we're gonna do an oil change again. So it'll be the 3rd oil change since I've owned the car. We're gonna send the oil out to Speed Diagnostics. We're gonna see what's the Liqui-Moly doing, as well as that MOS2 additive. And then we're gonna talk about the difference between Blackstone and Speed Diagnostics, what they're doing, etc. I think that's important for all of us to know. So I'm gonna close the video out here. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed already, think about it. I'd really appreciate it. We're starting to make our way closer to 1,000. I think that's, for me, one of the biggest things I could ever imagine was getting close to 1,000. And comments, absolutely love the comments. Comments to me, I think, are the most important part of my channel. I just enjoy the feedback and the back and forth discourse of having a YouTube channel. So I always appreciate the support, guys. So until next time, peace.